Well, greetings and hello there, boys and girls. It's me, your beloved Star Wars dad, Nooch Too Good. Of course, I go for the milk, and I come back with the milk. The milk is blue, and I love you. So we talked today about Omicrons. You know, with the recent advent of a new Galactic Challenge Omicron on the Gungan Phalanx, so you see it right here, something everybody, the community is thrilled and excited about. Everyone's racing to get this Omicron on their roster for Galactic Challenges. Kind of maybe this is pointing to Gungans in Galactic Challenges for the next 25 years. I don't know. Anyway, I thought we'd take a look and just have a little bit of fun talking about some other game modes where we could use some Omicrons. You know, what are those very specific, very niche game modes where you could put an Omicron on a character, make a big difference, and have a lot of fun in the game? And well, first of all, I forgot about there is an Omicron for Conquest, because I was thinking, oh, Conquest could use an Omicron. And what I didn't realize, right, I had forgotten over time, is that Sortie has an Omicron for Conquest. It's right here. While in Conquest, if all allies are non-separatist droids, very specific, pulling droids from other teams that might well use them, the first time the first enemy to take a turn is defeated, if there are other active enemies, excluding summons, all allies are revived with 60% health and gain damage immunity, instant defeat immunity for 2 turns. Hey, you would think nobody would ever buy this, but I got news for you. Let me take a look here. 8,852 people have invested in this Omicron for Sortie in Conquest. And well, congratulations to those almost 9,000 people. I hope it's helping you. I mean, I really do. I'm not being facetious. I really do hope that it's helping you in Conquest here. And hey, look, 413 people have already invested in Gungan Phalanx's Galactic Challenge Omicron. So bully for those 413 people. But yeah, so if you're looking for a Conquest Omicron and you've got a bunch of non-separatist droids on your roster that you don't need to put 3PO and Chewpio with Luke, for instance, or I guess you'd have like maybe BB-8, HK, I don't know, IG-88, and somebody else on this squad here. Anywho, that exists, but let's talk about some that we could use. Here, how about this? We could really use a Galactic War Omicron, and why not put it on Clone Wars Chewie? You know, Clone Wars Chewie is no longer invested in the game. We get 3 shards for the guy every time something goes wrong with the game. They deliver us 3 shards for Clone Wars Chewie. Why not put this character back into the fray, back into usage, so to speak? You know, when the game first came out, the first 3 characters you got were Clone Wars Chewie, Jedi Consular, and Clone Sergeant. 3 Galactic Republic characters coming right out of the gates, making a giant difference on your roster. Why not have an Omicron for Clone Wars Chewie, where if the rest of his team is Galactic Republic, in Galactic War, he gets some kind of benefit. I don't know exactly what it would be. You know, everybody gets a bonus protection of 100% each time that he does Wookiee Rage or something. You know, Wookiee Rage isn't this about, there's a Zeta here, Defiant Roar. Okay, maybe Defiant Roar gets an Omicron, because it's already got a Zeta, believe it or not. The Zeta is a plus 25% turn meter chance, plus 10% heal, and dispels all debuffs. Maybe then there's an Omicron for Galactic War for you early game players, you early free-to-game players. And maybe, you know, maybe it's just this. You play 1 round of Galactic War with all Galactic, one tier of it, 1 node, and when you play that node, then you can just sim it the rest of the way. Maybe it just makes it simmable for you before level 85 if you complete that 1 battle. And I've never liked Clone Wars Chewie's nose. Like, it looks okay from the side, from the front. His nose looks really dumb on Chewie here. Anyway, Clone Wars Chewie, let's activate that Galactic War Clone Wars Chewie Omicron today. Let's make something special happen today on your roster. Hey, how about some Omicrons for light side and dark side battles, and Cantina battles, and fleet battles? I went with Jedi Anakin and Moff Gideon here. These are characters that are given to you in the game now. So if we could have a Jedi Anakin or Moff Gideon, or I don't know, a Cantina battle, I don't know, Ezra or something, where they have an Omicron that summons a Relic 7 character that's just Relic 7. Jedi Anakin summons a Relic 7 gas. Moff Gideon summons a Relic 7 Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. I'm trying to think of a Cantina. You know, you get the idea. They summon a better version of themselves that comes in and is at Relic 7 and just knocks out the light side battle. Now, it's kind of like when you get an ally, right? You get an ally, you get a gas ally in this team, and they're just going to complete all of those light side battles without even trying, right? And you get them all at 3 stars, no problem. Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, same thing. And then Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, once he's here, he can summon a Dark Trooper. So double summon for Moff Gideon. You get a Cantina battle. I should have thought of something. I'm winging that part of it, but you get like a Stormtrooper who summons a Range Trooper. That's not a great one. How about you get GK who summons Jedi Master Kenobi for Cantina battles? I don't know. And then you get you can have like Ahsoka for, let's go to fleet battles. You have Ahsoka's ship that summons a negotiator for you, a 7-star negotiator all maxed out, and that becomes your capital ship for fleet battles. So all these ships, all these summons, these Omicrons would help you complete those battles with 3 stars all the way through. I actually think you might see some folks investing in some of these. I actually believe you would get some investment in those. I really do. I'm not saying I know we're kind of joking around a little bit here, but that might be one, especially for like the fleet. If you can summon a negotiator, like as a free-to-play player, working on those fleet battles get really difficult when you start seeing like waves of TIE fighters. So if you could summon a negotiator with Ahsoka's, starship, that could be something really nice. So maybe something for light and dark side and Cantina and fleet battles, the Omicrons for that. Hey, how about mod battles? This is really just a straight-up joke. Lobot, bring it. If you think of mods like mods to like a human, you can think of a cyborg, right? Lobot is a walking mod. He's got mods on his head. He is a cyborg. Maybe Lobot is somebody we put out there with an Omicron for mod battles and mod, all the mod stuff, where again, maybe it's a summon, or maybe it's that he gives everybody on the team a bunch of a surprise attack. I don't know what it'd be. Lobot, I don't know. Maybe he summons the Dr. Aphra's extra droid. I can't remember. What's that droid called? Maybe he summons that, and it doesn't insta-kill every time it goes. It doesn't insta-kill. Something to help you really knock out all those mod battles. It really is a grind. The first few times you got to go through the mod battles, and you got to go through it really is a lot of battles to work your way through. So an Omicron may actually be invested in by some folks. Maybe if they 7-star Lobot or they bother to do it, maybe he's a walking mod. He's a cyborg. Give him an Omicron for mod battles and mod. What's it called? It's mod battles and something else. All right, I'm going to go back and look here before we jump back in. It's mod battles and mod challenges. Yeah. Make it work in both mod battles and mod challenges for Lobot. Let's make Lobot relevant today for mod battles and mod challenges. Hey, what about Squad Arena? Squad Arena we know isn't all that important anymore, and I put Boba Fett out here as a placeholder. I'm not really exactly sure who you'd put this on. I picked Boba Fett because most people are going to have him on the roster. You can get him pretty easily. You put an Omicron on Boba Fett, and if you win a squad battle with a Squad Arena battle with Boba Fett, you double your rewards. You get double the rewards for Squad Arena, and that makes it a little bit nicer. You can farm more prestige, you can get a little bit more done in that Squad Arena shop. I'm not saying it doesn't really have an effect on the Squad Arena battle itself, but if you could double those rewards, that has some value to it. The Squad Arena used to have crystals in it back in the day, but that was a problem, and Capital Games fixed that. It was really good that they fixed that, because Squad Arena having crystals, it was just like you had to buy the most recent biggest team, and so maybe we just make something, put Boba Fett out there, or somebody else, some other character we have easy access to. Maybe you have like 5 different characters, a bunch of different characters that you put an Omicron on them, and they double the rewards for Squad Arena. The problem is, if you did that, I bet a lot of people would invest in all those Omicrons, just like they did for the Inquisitors. We see that every week, man. Every week, people investing in all the Inquisitors. It's just sad. It's really, really sad. And finally, one more here. How about, did you remember or realize or know that you can use Ugnaughts? You can use the Ugnaught faction. Now, how many Ugnaughts in there are in the game? Well, there's 2, but Queel isn't considered he's not in the faction, as far as I know. Let's go look at that real quick. How about for the Ground War Assault battle, where you can use Ugnaughts? We give Ugnaught some Omicron that it's like a Wampa Omicron, or it's like a Darth Sidious Datacron, or it's like, yeah, that's it, I guess. Oh, I guess, what's her name? Oh no. Fulcrum Ahsoka, right? If she's by herself. So if you put a little Wampa or Wampa Omicron on Ugnaught for the Ground War Assault battle, it can you, I mean, can you see a bunch of people relicking up Ugnaught to like Relic 7, Relic 8? You slap an Omicron on him that just gives him all these extra abilities. If he's by himself in Assault War tier, ground war assault battle. Having some trouble here at the end of the video, but for ground war assault battle, you would actually see some upgraded Ugnaughts for the first time in your life and really make Ugnaught special. A lot of you guys are probably now clamoring for a cup one for, oh, I don't know, if, is there a Galactic Republic one? Maybe he qualifies, but let's make Ugnaught relevant today. Give him an Omicron for the ground war assault battle, because right now the only way we get to tier 3 was a Jedi Knight Luke. Let's make Ugnaught Jedi Knight Luke Part 2, where you have to go and actually relic Ugnaught for the ground war assault battle. Give him something that just makes him very, very special as a solo artist in the ground war assault battle, an Omicron there. I would love to hear your ideas for Omicrons in the game. This is, I mean, I know I'm just joking around here. This is goofy stuff, but honestly, so is a Conquest Omicron. Honestly, so is a Galactic Challenge. That's just goofy stuff that nobody would ever do, right? But, you know, some of this stuff may actually be helpful for early game players. If you don't put it behind a Zeta wall, I guess you would put probably all these behind Zeta walls, but just some fun things to think about. Let me know your ideas for some other goofy, fun Omicrons we could have in the game. Maybe some useful Omicrons we could have in the game for different game modes. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. And, of course, always remember, Nooch too good.